Hey, this is Hill Robertson from hillrobertson.com. Just wanted to give you a quick video answering a question that I had been asked. I've got someone that they use Mac and they love using their Mac, and they know that it's more secure. It's, of course, based on the Unix system, just like Linux is, and it's a lot more secure than Windows is for various reasons. But anyway, this particular person wanted to know if there was any way he could use Windows using VMware, which I've talked about before on this blog. VMware is virtualization software where you can run basically an entire Windows OS just like it's another PC sitting there, but it's running inside on your Mac. So the base OS that you're using is the Mac, but you have in a window, and I'll show you in a little bit, Windows running. So what he wanted to do is he wanted to, because his web software, his HTML editor or whatever he used, he didn't go into specifics, but whether it be Dreamweaver or some other application, his web tools that he used to create websites were all on Windows, but he wanted the security of his Mac. So what he wanted to know is if there was a way that he could use his tools in Windows without having the issues, the security issues, and being vulnerable, and then transfer what he did to the Mac and then upload his files and everything up to the web server from his Mac, that way avoiding any potential any security problems that might be on the Windows system. And so that's what we're going to show right here. So what I'll do is I'll fire up VMware, and we will run Windows XP. That's what I have loaded here. Okay, so we'll let that start up. As you can see, it acts just like it's another computer sitting there. It basically emulates the hardware. So Windows thinks it's on real hardware. Alright, so what we're going to do, I'm going to go full screen with this. I normally don't. I usually put it in a window. But to make it easier for you to see, we're going to go full screen. Just stretch it out here. There we go. Hopefully you can see that well. Alright, so now we're in Windows, even though we're actually running it on the Mac. So what we'll do is, I don't have any web tools on here right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use Notepad. In fact, I'm kind of a custom by hand guy anyway. I typically will use VI. I actually will SSH onto my web servers, and I will actually edit the files right on the server using VI or Emacs or one of those type editors. But anyway, so what we'll do on here is we'll run Notepad. I know it's not how most of you would probably be doing it, but just for the purposes of this example, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to bump up the font to a ridiculous amount so it'll hopefully show up pretty good on this this video. Let's see, let's just get ridiculously big here. Okay. Alright, so then you would write your web page, so we'll just do a rough one here. Boy, it helps if I can spell. Test page title. Okay. And we'll just do the typical hello world. And there's our very basic web page. So now we will save that, and what I will do is I will just save it to the desktop to make it easier. I'm going to select all files so we can give it the HTML extension. I'm just going to call it hello world.html. Okay, so now that should be on the desktop, and there it is. So now what we can do is all we have to do to get this to the Mac, if you've got the VMware tools installed, which is very easy to do, be sure that's installed, and you can just drag this off of this virtual machine onto your Mac. Let me minimize, or not minimize, but let me show you by dropping the size down a little bit. Now watch this. This is one of the very nice things about VMware. You can take this shortcut, watch, I'm going to drag it from the Windows virtual machine right onto the Mac desktop. Watch this. Boom, there it is right there. Now we're on the Mac. Okay, and of course you could do that with all the files, or you could zip them up or archive them in some way, and then you could drag that over to your Mac. So it's really handy to do that. So now what we'll do is I'm going to minimize this. Okay, so now here we are on the Mac. Okay, now watch, if I double click this, it's going to bring up my browser, which actually I've got two monitors here, so I'm going to have to bring it over. But as you can see, there it is, Hello World. It might be hard to see in this video, but there it is, Hello World, right there in the browser. So we know it's working. So all you have to do then is you open up whatever software that you want to upload it, whether it be, in fact, I think I just put this in here, a nice little plug-in is Fire FTP, I believe it's called. Let's see here, add-ons, yeah, Fire FTP. So here's Fire FTP, and this is a nice way if you wanted to FTP your files up within Firefox. So you've got a full GUI FTP application here, so you can just take the files here and you can FTP them up. Of course you put in your server name and your username and password. So it's really cool. So that's one way to do it. Now I usually like to do things, I'm a hardcore command line guy, so I like to do them right from the terminal. So typically what I do is I open up, in fact let me open up one where you can read a little bit better here. Let's see. Okay, boom. Alright, so what I typically will do is I will just go to where the file is, and here's the file, and so I typically do SCP to the server, to my web server, which is for secure copy. So it encrypts everything as it goes, whereas, you know, if you're worried about security, which is what we were talking about here, FTP, it's a clear text protocol. So actually the information you send when you FTP and you send your username and password to that server, that's clear text. So anyone that happened to be watching the packets go across or sniffing the network and of course watching the packets, they could see exactly what your username and password was, and then they would have access to that. Now it's probably unlikely that someone's monitoring that, but if they wanted to, they could do it. So just something to be aware of. So if you really wanted to be more secure, I would suggest using SCP, or another alternative is SFTP, which is Secure FTP, and that works just like FTP does, except it encrypts it. So anyway, that's another way to go. Again, like I said, with command line you would do SCP, and then you would do your username, and then and then the server name, whatever your server name is, so myserver.com or whatever, and then you would do a colon, and then you tell it what directory to go to. So if it's in your home directory, let's say a website, then it would put it right in there by doing that. So just wanted to give you a little idea how that works. So anyway, hope this answers the question. Hope it was very beneficial to everyone else watching it. And if you got any questions, feel free to post them on hillrobertson.com. And if I get a chance, maybe I will answer yours in a video, in an upcoming post. We'll see. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Have a great one. Take care. Bye.